Hello friends, welcome back to Aunt Debbie's Boutique. Today we're going to make an entire quilt. And I bought the fabric first and then shopped around for the right pattern. I absolutely love the Stonehenge lines, and particularly this one. It's called, let's see, Gradations Oxidized Copper. It's got all this copper and this pretty teal and blue in it. I bought this months ago because I just loved the colors that were in it. And then I went looking for a quilt pattern. And I decided I didn't want any sort of background print because this has a lot of what I would consider background print in it anyway. And I thought if I put all that against a white, that wouldn't look good. If I put it against a black, that wouldn't. I just like these colors. So I was looking for a pattern that I could just use light and dark Jelly Roll strips in. And this is what I came up with. I had this one in my stash. It's called Courthouse Steps. And this particular pattern is by Missouri Star Quilt Company, and I'll link it below. But there are a lot of free patterns out there that are Courthouse Steps. I just bought this a long time ago before I knew there were free patterns around. So I am going to use this one as my go-by. But I think you can get one for free online, or these aren't very expensive at Missouri Star Quilts. But what I liked was they had the dark and the light. And it calls for a dark jelly roll and a light jelly roll. Well, this just happens to be, if I cut it off right here, these I consider dark. These down here I consider light. And it's half and half. There's 40 strips in this. So there's 20 each. So I ordered a second Jelly Roll pack, and I'm going to split them into darks and lights. Let's go ahead and open this one so we can see all the beautiful fabrics. Look at these. Oh, I just love them. Let's see. Yeah, right there's the cutoff so that we have half of them. That are what I'm going to consider our darks. And half of them that I'm going to consider are lights. Let me pull them up here. And all these darks, there's not a dark that is just plain gold pretty much like this. They all have lots of blue in it. So I think you'll be able, even though there's not a whole lot of contrast here, I think you'll be able to see the pattern real nicely. Okay. I can't tell you the links to cut these strips because it's not my pattern. It's not a free pattern. So you'll either have to find those online or you can purchase the pattern and get it. But I'm going to now go in there and cut all these strips to the right sizes. And as soon as I get through with that, I'll be back and we'll start sewing up our blocks. There are two different blocks, a block A and a block B. So we will work on those as soon as I get them cut out. Thanks. Now that I have all the pieces cut out, it's time to put our blocks together. We have an A block and a B block, and they are put together exactly the same way, just with a different color scheme. Now, I only have one concern, and that is this fabric right here is my lightest blue, and it's pretty close in color to my darkest gold. I hope there's enough contrast there that it doesn't hurt anything, but I have put together a couple blocks, and I think as long as it's sandwiched in with other blues, it's going to pop out as a blue. So we're going to move forward with that. Okay, our first block, what we're going to do is we're going to start with a gold. I'm using golds as my lights and blues as my darks. We're going to start with the gold center and put two different blue blocks on each side of it. I'm going to move these over just a little bit because I want to design my block here on this ironing board so I can take it with me to the sewing machine. So we're going to start like that. Then we're going to take two of the next sized light colors, and the only kind of rule of thumb I'm going by is I'm trying not to put the same fabrics next to each other. However, I've only got 3 different fabrics of each, the golds and the blues, so that might be necessary sometime. Then we're going to do an outside blue. I have concerns about those two being together. So I think we will do something else for now. Okay. Then we need the next size of the golds. And then the next size of the blues. I think I'm going to try one of these right here. One right there. Just a minute. Let me move these. Okay. That should be our block, I believe. Wait, no, I think I need one more. Yes, one more row of gold. So let's there we go. Now, I'm going to sew this together just like I laid it out. Sew these two to the center. Then I'm going to sew these onto here. Then those, like that. And when I sew, I'm going to iron as I go. I've got a small iron on my sewing machine table there, and I'm going to take this whole ironing pad over there with this on it so I can iron them as I go. I am going to iron toward the dark seams when I can. Now, it really doesn't matter which way you iron them because we never have a situation where seams have to nest. So you can iron them any way you want. But just for the sake of it not showing through, I'm going to use the iron towards the dark side. Okay, let's take it over to the sewing machine and let's sew this block together using 1/4 inch seams. I have put on my 1/4-inch foot just for the sake of consistency. I sometimes feel like it gives me a hair more than a 1/4 foot, and I a lot of times like to sew with a scant 1/4 inch, but this keeps me real consistent on something like this, so I am just going to go with it. Okay, just lay back and watch me put this block together, and hopefully it will answer any questions you have. Just 2 more to sew on, and if you'll notice, get this, when I go to sew a strip on, I always flip it so the side with the seams is on top, and that's so I can make sure that I catch these seams right. I don't want it to get cut. If it's on the bottom, I may not see it and it get caught folded the wrong way. So I put the seams on top so I can see them. Put the seams on top so I can see them. Okay, I'm going to finish ironing this good over here with the good iron. Okay, there is block A of our courthouse steps, and it has all the lights or the golds this way and the darks and the blues going this way. And it has a light in the middle of the block. Now, I hope I didn't go too fast with the sewing without any explanation. I'm trying to streamline this best I can with not doing a lot of repetitive stuff. So if you would rather I stopped and explained each layer that I sewed on instead of just sewing it all at one time, please put a comment down below and I'll know to slow it down a little bit. I just thought you might be able to see it pictured well enough laying on the ironing board and me not have to just do the same thing over and over again. So, okay, that is block A. Remember, block A has a light block in the middle. Now, we're going to go with block B, and we're going to start with a dark block, a dark block in the middle, and we're going to put 2 light ones, which is our gold ones. Then we're going to go the next step up and put 2 darks. The next step up, put 2 lights. Next step up, put 2 darks. And then 2 lights. And that is our block, I believe. Wait, let me double check that. Nope, we need 2 more darks. Of this longest size. So I'm going to put one there. And I better put a bluer block there, I think. One there. Okay, I'm going to put this together the same way I did the last one. Start with these 3 in the middle, so the 2 outside squares to the inside, then the 2 blue outside strips to the center, then the gold ones, blue ones, gold ones, and blue ones. Okay, let me do that real quick and I'll meet you right back here. And here is our final B block. This one has the dark square in the middle. So that's how you can tell the difference of them. Okay, I made an A and a B block for practice before I started this video. And this is the A block we made. And when putting these together, and I'm not sure how much this is going to show real well in the video, but you want the dark blocks, the dark stripes, always running left to right. And you want the light blocks, or the gold ones, running up and down. So let's see if we can at least get a glimpse of what this is going to look like when we get it all put together. I just love these fabrics, so that's what makes this quilt top for me. Okay, we need 8 A blocks, we need 8 B blocks, and I have 2 of each. So that means I have 6 more of each to put together, and when that's done, we'll lay them all out on the dining room table again and watch it all be put together for our quilt top. Okay, I have all my blocks done. This is all my A blocks with a gold square in the middle. This is all my B blocks with a blue square in the middle. Then I've cut out my borders. I just used leftover jelly roll strips because I had 2 sets of them and I had plenty. So this is the first border after we put these all together. Then the second border, and I followed the instructions. It's kind of hard to see that picture. Maybe that one's a little easier to see. And I just used up the rest of my jelly rolls, and mainly the blue ones, or the ones, the darker ones. And that's going to be the next border. Then this is going to be the third border, and the fourth border is this one print that I ordered, and I've got enough. I ordered 2 yards of it, and I have enough for this and for the binding when I do the binding. So I'm going to go lay all these out and start sewing it together, and you can watch it come together. Okay, here are all the quilt blocks made and laid out. We start with a B block, and then an A block, then a B block, then an A block. Then on the next row, we start with an A block, then a B block, A, B. And we continue that pattern. We make sure that the blue strips are all going left to right, and the gold ones are all going up and down. Now I'm going to sew these together row by row and let you watch. All right, the quilt top is finished. I hope you can see all the borders. I'm going to kind of move it more to the center here so you can see them because they're so pretty. That is my favorite part, I think, of this. But I absolutely love the colors in this quilt. I thought I was never going to get through sewing on borders, though, with 4 of them, but I did. And I'm real happy with it. I hope you like it too, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever you can do that will please the algorithm gods. I appreciate it very much. Next, I'm going to start on some jelly roll quilts. We're going to have a series of quilts made out of jelly rolls. This was made out of jelly rolls, but it wasn't part of my series. And I also need to finish up the village quilt that we've started. And there'll be a couple more episodes of that. But the majority of the jelly roll quilts will all be done in one session. So I hope each of you has a wonderful New Year and have had a blessed Christmas too. And I look forward to seeing you more next year. So remember, whatever you do, do it to the glory of the Lord. Thank you.